Welcome to the London Library Tour. In today's tour, we're going to be exploring the Putney Library. This library has been in the community for about 126 years, and we'll be exploring all the benefits that this library has offered this community so far because it is largely and very much involved in the community growth and development. Come with me as we explore the Putney Library.
The British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. The next station is Wandsworth Town.
Hi everyone, welcome to the London Library Tour. In today's episode, we're going to be exploring the beautiful Putney Library. This library has been in existence for 126 years. Yes, you heard me, 126 years. And today we'll be exploring the beautiful part of Putney Library, its community benefits, and how it has affected this community positively and intensely. See you in the library. I'm about to have a quick chat with the manager of Putney Library. Her name is Kathy, and I enjoyed the conversation. Enjoy all that we're going to come out because we're going to be spilling some tea about Putney Library. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
It's good to meet you in
Yeah.
person finally.
Yeah.
All right, so Putney Library. Do you mind telling us anything you feel like we need to know about Putney Library?
Well, I've only been here 4 weeks, so I'm quite new to the job.
Oh wow!
But yeah, so we're 126 years old now.
126 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we have the old building, which we're in now, and then the extension and the refurb, which has just happened.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, we are quite strong in the community. I think we do a lot across all ages. So we have children's library upstairs, which we have regular baby rhyme time groups on a Monday and a Saturday, which is basically just nursery rhymes and singing, story time regularly. And we also have a lot of stuff for adults. We have singing for adults on a Wednesday. We call singing for the brain. It is a rhyme time for grown-ups, but it kind of helps with mental health and like dementia and things like that. Which we have that later on. Quite a lot of language groups and learning new language groups that meet. We have a cafe that's new as well.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah,
it looks really good
nice,
though.
Which is the Putney Pantry, which are just down the road. We have a monthly talk. We have one this evening. It's all happening today.
One is happening today.
Yeah, which the Friends of Putney Library organise for us.
What is the talk about?
It's and the speaker is Hugh Thompson, but I can't remember off the top of my head what the talk is about. It's about a local resident that was an explorer, I think.
Oh, okay.
But the next month one is about funeral processions in the Victorian time.
Oh, yeah.
We have a Black History Month talk coming up on the 17th.
Oh, nice.
Avril will be talking about Black history at the V&A. That's where she works, and we're going to have the cafe is going to stay open as well for that.
Yeah.
So we're quite looking forward to that, because I think that's one of the first, other than children's events, the first one we've done here. So,
Oh, wow, nice.
um,
120 years.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
105 years.
Where was I 120 years ago?
Where was your mum even?
Where was my mommy? Wow, that's such a long time. And
It was built by, I can't remember the name of the guy, but yeah, his name's on the library news.
yeah, I think I saw
Yeah.
it on my way here.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
And
huge.
this is like listed. I think like the ceilings, like, so we can't have heaters that are on the side.
I mean, this is my favorite part of the library.
Yeah.
Just this.
Yeah, we have lots of people want to come and photograph it for our art
It's
project.
so pretty.
Yeah, it's Victorian.
So how has it been so far? I mean, 4 weeks. You just been managing
I've
the library
enjoyed
for
it.
4 weeks.
Yeah, there's a lot of like building stuff because it's an older building, so I'm just
Oh,
making sure
okay.
that's running properly.
So, okay, tell me a bit about yourself. So, did you move from another library? What is the inspiration behind working in libraries?
Yes, so about 6 years ago, I was finishing off my PhD and needed a casual job, and I
Dr.
found a
Catty, remind me to call you Dr. Catty.
Yeah, so and I was finishing it off, just needing casual work because when the funding stops.
Yeah.
And I got a job as a casual at my local library, which was Bournemouth Library.
Oh,
And
okay.
then never left.
Wow.
And ended up doing a lot of stuff there. I did, because I'm also an illustrator, children's illustrator.
Oh, nice.
So I've done a lot of stuff there. Did like an under fives reading scheme and all that. Run a lot of the children's events.
Wow.
But there wasn't really a lot of career progression there. So
Oh, okay.
I kind of felt like I'd done all that I could do there.
I can imagine.
So this is a new step.
Well, I actually like that you mentioned that you are a PhD holder, because a lot of people have this mindset that librarians are just some set of people that just come into the library and then they just start working. So most people don't really know that.
You
These
don't,
people,
nowadays, like, if I don't have a library qualification, you don't really need it to work in a library anymore in the same way as you used to. I mean, some still do, and it's good you can still do like that.
no,
if
it
you
just
want to.
helps to put in more value to the work of a librarian.
Yeah.
That it's not just any random person. You have to have a passion for it.
Yeah.
I mean, someone with a PhD coming to work in the library, that's huge.
Yeah.
That helps other people see the other side of working in the library. Because I've heard some people say, oh, I don't ever want to be a librarian. I don't ever want to be a librarian. That job, no, I just be looking at books.
Yeah,
It's
but
beyond that.
Like, I think that people think that we just tidy up books all day, and I think
Yeah.
actually I wished I could do more tidying up of books because it needs
So
it.
they're
but-
more administrative works.
Yeah, and just help like PC use and facilitating PC use.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm
admin.
I'm happy we're having this conversation. Okay, now let's talk about challenges. What are the challenges? I mean, you've worked in other libraries prior to this one. So, what are the challenges you have faced so far managing libraries, Putney inclusive?
Yeah, I think it's people knowing that the library's here, because it's the main high street of Putney, and then we kind of just down one of the side streets. So
Yeah, it took me a while to
if you-
actually check.
Yeah, so it's kind of getting people to know that we're here and getting more of a presence within the community. Because unless you knew it was here, you wouldn't necessarily, or you actively searched on Google Maps for it.
Yeah.
It's just making what more can we be doing, like within the community? Is there anywhere we can be,
Oh wow.
like in the shopping centre, even if there's like public notice boards, if we can get in there?
Has
and-
anything has anything been done in that regard?
I haven't looked into it yet, but it's one of the things that I want to look into because, yeah, people just don't know we're here. I think that's the main barrier.
Oh, is there like a social media platform for the Putney
Yeah,
Library?
we have a Twitter page, but I'm looking to do because I did in my old place with ECP libraries.
Yeah.
We had a TikTok account. And
Oh yeah, I think that would
TikTok is
that
the
would
way to
work.
go. Because of the way their algorithm works, they target local stuff to you. So hoping to start that, but that would be for Wandsworth libraries, not just Putney. If we did that, we
Oh,
wouldn't have one for every single library. For something
okay,
like
I
that.
see what
But
you
for
mean.
Twitter, we have, or X now, we have the Wandsworth libraries, and we have one as well for Putney.
But is it a Wandsworth Library platform that people can go to on social media?
Well, yeah, as in we have a Wandsworth libraries on Twitter, and every library has their own as well.
Oh, okay.
And we also have our website in that, but people don't tend to go find that. The
Yeah.
links you find
But
go through.
I think if every library, I know the libraries are on the Wandsworth, but I actually think each library should have their own because each library tells a different story.
Yeah, yeah.
So each
But
library
it's just
should.
managing it is hard.
We'll talk about that later.
Managing the social media.
Talk about that later. Well, I kind of drafted some questions here, but I haven't even looked at it because I'm just enjoying the conversation and how it's flowing. But how do you think the library has impacted the community? I know it has impacted it positively, but I'd like you to shed more light on that.
Yeah, well, the work that it does with children and the schools visits, because like just and also having round time and having places to go with your children. Because if you're a mum
Yeah.
or you're not a dad, because we have dad's round time on a Saturday, which
Oh, you
obviously
do?
everyone's welcome. But if you're a working dad in the week, there's not a lot you can take your little one to
Yeah.
give mum a break.
True.
So we do, as I've done a couple of the sessions for that, and like you do get a group of dads, and it gets them talking to each other as well. Because round time isn't just for the children; it's for the whole family
As well.
because it gets people out of the house. It gives you something to do, and you get to meet other people. And I think in my old library, I saw friendships kind of grow between the children and the adults, and they kind of be that support network. So it's not just about like sitting down and singing for half an hour. It is a lot more than that.
There's so much connection.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I noticed about the library is the community.
Yeah.
It's so involved in the community and all of that. Well, that's what I mean, for a library that has been in existence for 120 years, how is the funding done? How is the library managed financially? Are there people that do donations?
Yeah. So we Wandsworth Council outsource the libraries to GLL, which
Okay.
is Greenwich Leisure Limited, and they also do Bromley Library. So it is part of the council service. The council are providing it, but we work for the GLL as the organisation that run the library service. So the funding comes from them rather than the council directly.
Okay.
But we do obviously work really closely. We're in partnership with the council. There's a lot of stuff we do, like the start of Wandsworth is through the council, which is the upstairs business hub. And
Are there sales that happens in the library? Probably sale of books, ticket sales for events and all of that.
yeah, so we have the Friends of Putney Library that obviously they do fundraising for us as well.
Oh, okay.
They've bought some like good bits of furniture and like things like that. They do a lot of work, like they do the events and they source the refreshments. And that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we try to avoid lots of book sales. But I think, a little split because we get donations that we can't put in stock.
Okay.
So we do it here, like with withdrawn stock that we don't want to can't go to Better Well Books, which is where you can send old books.
Yeah.
And also people do like that, do like to have a look because you get some quite interesting odd stuff.
Okay.
Which I like to.
Oh, nice. Before I let you go, what makes Putney Library special? I know it has the community benefits and so many other benefits that you've listed. Well, I mean, I've been to several libraries, and I know each library has what the French call the je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
That distinguishes them from other libraries. So, what distinguishes Putney Library from other libraries?
That's a good question. I think it's the mix of old and new built in like the building wise. Like we have this really nice Victorian bit here, and then a really modern refurbished area.
And the entrance.
Yeah, in the entrance. So it's very much, we're still very much at the root, but we're also looking to the future as well. So which is kind of, you've got that traditional library part, with what people want from a library. You've got your borrowing books and your information and your really kind of traditional events, but you've also got the new side and like what libraries should be as well. As we've moved on from that time.
Oh, okay.
As well.
That's to say, there has been a merge and a fusion between technology and the traditional ways of.
Yeah, and also like just new ways of thinking about libraries because like when we have our singing session, we have it in here,
Oh wow!
so which some people don't always like the noise. So it's also kind of being like, well, we don't have to be quiet all the time. We can have certain times where we are allowed to.
Exactly. Wow. Putney Library. Wow. I remember visiting Kensington, and I thought it was really huge, unique, beautiful, the books and everything. Well, visiting Putney, I'm like, now I'm having to switch favorites. But in all, I can see how you the library has immersed so much in the people, and when you just come here, you feel welcomed. There's
That's
this
good.
there's this welcoming aura that the library brings. There's some libraries you go to and you're like, and then there are other libraries you go to be like, oh, this is home. And
Yeah,
Putney is one of those
yeah,
libraries that you come in and everyone is friendly, everyone is smiling at you genuinely,
yeah,
and they just want you to be comfortable. Are you okay? And they genuinely mean it because
yeah,
it's wanting to say, are you okay? And not even mean it. But here, there's that genuineness and everybody willing to cooperate to ensure that the place grows. And I'm so happy I got to film this library. Thank you for
good.
granting
That's
me the
good.
audience. And I'm hoping that as people watch this, they learn the location of where it is and
Yes.
they come to visit more. Because some people do not really know why they need to visit a library. Because if you're like, oh, I have a book in my house, I have the internet, but it's beyond that.
Yeah, but you
Having
can your library can't get you more than just books.
exactly.
It's the online services that you can get, like the ebooks and the audiobooks.
Oh, you do ebooks here too.
Yeah, so if you I think it's Libby that we have here. So if you log in to Libby with your ones of details, you can
Okay.
access borrow free audiobooks.
Oh wow. Do you have book clubs?
Yeah, we have reading groups. We've got two general fiction and two crime, which are kind of sourced by the libraries, and we have like set lists. And then we have one group that just come and talk about what they're reading.
Oh wow. I wouldn't mind joining one. And all of because the conversations, the connections, and all of that
Yeah,
helps make the book quite interesting.
yeah.
This was interesting. This was fun. Thank you so much for granting me,
That's okay.
audience. And I think this is where we say goodbye to each
Yeah.
other. Thank you so much. I will try the cafe and see what I can get from there as well.
Yeah.
I'm still around till like about 1 p.m. So I'll try definitely try. Thank you so much.
No,
It was
thank
a
you.
pleasure. Thank you. Hi, this is Putney Library, and I'm currently in the children's library. Well, I couldn't entirely film as much as I would love to because we have kids in this library, and you have to be very careful because once the parents say that they don't want their kids appearing in the camera, you don't have a choice. So, but I was able to capture the entire space, but not as much as I would love to because we have kids in the kids library currently, and I have to be extremely careful if I don't want my license or permission to be revoked and all of that. So yes, it's I love it. I love it here. This is the Putney Library, as you already know, and it's such a beautiful space. I like how I like the structure and the architectural design. Mind you, this library has been in existence for a very long time. Details will be said in the video. And it's one thing that strikes me is how this history has been preserved over the years. There has been lots of restructuring. There has been lots of renovations and all of that done in the library because this wasn't how it was a few years ago, but it's evolving as time goes by. That's to show you that education, learning can never go into extinct. It will always be there. Some of us are already so used to the technology and we say things like, I don't think I can go to the library. But you do realize that the library has computers, the library has systems, technologies that you can actually use as well. So going to the library is not just about picking a book to read. It goes beyond that. Growing up, I used to have what we call cyber cafe, and we normally don't have them as much as we used to have them back in the days. I'm talking about Nigeria, my country. But here in the UK, we don't have cyber cafes per se, but in these libraries, you have access, free access to the computers and to the systems here at no cost with free Wi Fi and all of that. So don't you think it's something you should be reconsidering for those of you that haven't visited the library before or have never been to the library? This is something I think you should reconsider because times have changed, darling. It's evolving daily. Look, I can't come here and not understand what I'm reading because look, have you seen the atmosphere? Have you seen the how comfortable it is? It's so beautiful here. You should visit the library today. Thank you.